I still remember the crackling sound of the fire, the smell of burning paper mixed with the faint trace of her perfume. That night, my past and future both went up in smoke. And I stood there watching, unable to do anything but let it happen. "You don't need this," she said, tossing my passport into the flames. Her voice was casual, almost amused, as if she were discarding an old magazine. "Stay home and take care of the kids. That's what poor husbands do. I'm going to relax." Then, without so much as a glance at me, she turned and walked away, her suitcase already packed. I didn't say a word. Not because I didn't have anything to say, but because I realized something in that moment, something devastatingly final. This wasn't the woman I had fallen in love with. Or maybe she was, and I had just never truly seen her. She thought I was broke. She thought I was trapped. She thought she had one. She had no idea. Ours wasn't always a bad marriage. At least, I don't think it was. There was a time when we were happy, or at least, I thought we were. I met Emma in college. She was the kind of woman who could light up a room just by walking into it, beautiful, confident, effortless. I was the quiet guy who had big dreams, but no roadmap to get there. Somehow, I convinced her to take a chance on me. For years, I worked like a madman, pouring every ounce of myself into my tech startup. There were long nights, financial struggles, and moments when I wasn't sure if I was building something great or just setting myself up for failure. Emma supported me in the beginning, but as time went on, I noticed a shift. She grew distant. Cold. I chalked it up to stress. After all, I was working insane hours. I promised her that one day it would all pay off, that we'd have the life we always dreamed of. I had no idea that in her mind, she had already moved on. The signs were there. The late nights, the whispered phone calls, the sudden interest in business trips that never seemed to involve any actual business. But the moment I knew was the night she burned my passport. She wasn't just leaving. She was making sure I couldn't follow. I stood there in silence, my hands clenched at my sides, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. Our children were asleep upstairs, oblivious to the destruction their mother was leaving in her wake. I thought about confronting her. I thought about screaming, demanding answers. But what was the point? She had already made her decision. So I made mine. What she didn't know, what she never even bothered to ask, was that earlier that day, I had signed the final papers selling my company. The startup she had dismissed as a waste of time had just been acquired for $2 billion. $2 billion. I wasn't trapped. I wasn't broke. I wasn't hers anymore. That night, after she left, I packed my bags. I kissed my children goodbye, leaving a letter explaining that I would always love them, always be there for them. But I couldn't stay. Not in that house. Not with the memories of a woman who had betrayed me so completely. I walked out the door, leaving behind everything except my dignity and a new life waiting for me. I wasn't there when she woke up, but I can imagine it. The empty bed. The silence. The absence of me, of my clothes, of my presence. And then the real shock, the bank accounts. Emma had expected to live a lavish life with her new lover, using my money. But when she checked, she would have found nothing. I had already moved everything into a new account, one she had no access to. She had burned my passport, thinking she was grounding me. Instead, she had set herself adrift. By noon, the calls started. "Where are you?" Her voice was sharp, edged with something I hadn't heard in a long time, fear. I let her calls go to voicemail. Then the texts came. "We need to talk. This isn't funny. Come home." I ignored them all. It wasn't until the evening that the messages changed. "Please. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. But some mistakes, no matter how much you regret them, cannot be undone. It's been a year now. A year since I walked away. I live in a different city, in a home that finally feels like mine. I see my kids regularly, they know I love them. They don't fully understand what happened between their mother and me, and I don't burden them with it. Emma, on the other hand, is a ghost of her former self. Her lover left her within months. Turns out, he wasn't interested in a woman without access to a fortune. She tried reaching out to me again, asking for another chance, but by then, I had moved so far beyond her that she felt like a stranger. She lost everything because she valued nothing. And me. I gained freedom. Peace. A chance to rebuild, this time for myself. And I will never let anyone clip my wings again.